Sesi jam malam bersama Aisyah. Kita hidupkan lagu sesuatu. You. Lalu kita download game dulu. Kok keras sekali? Soundnya nggak ada. Audio. Oke. Plus. Wih, apa ini? Bang, thank you bang.
Halo teman-teman, kembali lagi dengan saya di channel Jangan Bingung TV. Game merupakan
ini lagi download game titit. Apa namanya? Terus tuh balik. Genital gosip. Kita cari dulu di Google. Gosip. Genital titik. Tunggu cuy, bentar kok. Tak bisa meteng gitu ya. Coming soon. Ya. Keluar. Itu titit anjing. Yoi, buat update. Wih. Wih, ya, testing. Harganya berapa? Tunggu, coba kita buka Steamnya. Store. Waduh, 5.000. Kalau kurang top up lagi. Itu titit. Oke, ini apa tadi namanya? Mau 29.000. Yoi, mau main PS Move ya nggak? Kalau aku lagi download nyari game GOJEK, susah sekali download dikit $9. Ini udah tadi tuh. Kodok mainan dikit download genital JOJEK kita download Android. APK support delete in progress baku back. Ini ada loh, coming soon. Iya, aku ada Paulo. Set titit ada. Gak mau tuh game tititnya, baru mau main game titit. Not responding. Responding dia titit kena pixel deh. Halo, aku buka di sini. Coba aja kita gasing yang di kira full kecil demo kalau nggak bisa ngoceng dia nggak bisa Reci. Ini mana? No sebuah penipuan. Ini tempat downloadnya mana? Mana dipencet ininya? Ayo kita foto download. Udah sih, kalau nggak bisa nanti di Lu bayar ini. Ya aku bayar 50 blok. Ngapain bayar 50 blok? Siapa yang jangan mau disuruh-suruh. Titit 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 titit. Untuk sedikit kencang. Guys, kita dulu saya buka nah, tunggu sampai selesai bukain install sim. Kok dah cepetin. Itu kenapa nggak di ekstrak dulu kali bang. Set baru backstrak run. Oke, gaskuin. Coba kita coba kayak ada sisa berapa MB, berapa giga gamenya. Gitu sambil tunggu kita main game yang lain. Bukan apa? Cuy dulu, like dulu, jangan lupa like dulu. Ya, kameraku mantap loh, tapi tak kunci. Ya, bikin lagi. Tunggu agak. Is. Menko bang, coba. Oke Menko, kita mencet tai dapat uang. Yuk ingat. Apa nih kepencet? Wow. Tapi uangnya banyak cok. Nevonya sakit. Aku mati dia sekarang minggu. Kasih makan. Aduh, kasihan sekali. Bau. Kasih makan. Makan cok. Coba. Ada tai cok. Kurang anjir ngecitnya. Yoi. Iya ada tai. Bedroom lap. Kasih darah. No. Wih. Kita main game PAU itu. Main game PAU. Main apa nih ya? GOJEK. Maksudnya drive the car mode. Ya, kok di sini stuck sistemnya? Di stuck ya, Cok. Oke. Wait. Hop. Game schedule. Wih, ya nggak bisa merengin HP tuh. Wait. Iya, orang ngeklik. Iya, ngeplay lagi. Quit. No. Pilih game yang lain. Gak bisa main PAU. Gak ngerti main PAU. Kode kelas cewek gimana? Kode kelas cewek pocong jam zombie tsunami. Jangan tuh. Tidak mau. Kita ngecek download kita yang tadi. Oke, sudah selesai. Mohon maaf di sensor dulu karena ada sesuatu yang beda-beda. Nah, kan gede ke sensor. Mana tadi filenya? Nih. Cheater LX. Kita pindah ke game random. Tunggu. Game master extract file. Oke. Gamenya selalu giga cuy. Game detail lu 1 giga. Game cuma isinya titik yang nyolok-nyolok. Masa 1 giga aja. Game FF aja nggak 1 giga. Ya guys, lucu. Tunggu, di sini kita main game titik aja. Titik yang oke, sudah selesai. Nah dia gini aja sih. Open it. Open. Kita berhasil. Tunggu Cok, kita close dulu dan kita saksikan jejeng game titik. Game titik online story mode. Option done. Oke, kita main game Tudey. Yo, enggak dulu. Tunggu. Ya. Oke. Wait. Go like. Oke. Go on the top. On the turn. Anjing. Gamenya bangke. Mutar-mutari kenok apple tree. Kalau caranya kenok, dari pantatnya keluar apa itu? Wih. Modern apa nih? Add another. Sampai nangis gue cok. Kok malah itu yang duluan? Sini mbak anjing. Anjing. Sini mbak cok. Oh, ini pakai gerakinnya nih depan, belakang, depan. Go to the box. Nyangkut. Titiknya kejepit. Tolong anjing, titiknya kejepit anjing. Titiknya kejepit. Tidak, jangan terus bolaku. Cok, aku dijepit cok, anjing. Cok. Anjing dijepit. Tidak cok. No, kok panjang anjing. Aku dilihat cok.
John woke to the shrill cry of his alarm clock and lay there, rigid, his usual morning condition. But there was another reason John couldn't get out of bed. It was the weight. A weight that had nothing to do with his muscles or fat or sweaty blankets. John was weighed down by a piece of paper. The invitation to his high school reunion. From across the years, the words he'd heard in the schoolyard were still clear. You're a loser. No one will ever love you.
Terima letter. Banjir. Titiknya anjing.
John needed to shower and wash off the sweaty stink of desperate sadness.
Apa nih disuruh? Get ready to walk. Fokus bener. Apa tuh? Titiknya makan. Gimana caranya nih? Clean the Oh, ini cara ngidupinnya. Dorong. Oke. Wih. Titiknya manji anjing. Anjing, ini titik anjing gitu. Kayak Reza. Disuruh sekali. Matiin lu. Titit, matiin airnya biar gak banyak bayar pump. Titit. Titiknya mundur dulu, habis itu maju. Ya. Titiknya mandi guys. Bruce the why is it? Wah. Ya, hilang. Cok, sekali giginya hilang, cok. Udahlah. Nggak usah sekali gigi. Bangun pagi, mandi dulu, nggak usah.
John had 3 months until the reunion to turn his life around. First, he needed to clean up.
matiin TV-nya Titit. Kenapa netek deh? Titit. Titiknya berdarah. Tidak. Titiknya berdarah aja. Udahlah, kita kabur deh. Wih.
John had left his apartment late, but if he caught the express
Halo,
bus,
Titit.
he might make it to work on time.
Halo, Titit.
John didn't really like his job, but it had two qualities
Titit
in its
jangan
favor.
tusbol aku.
One, he could pay his rent, and two,
Tititnya gelut
Barbara.
John.
Currently John's top candidate for his reunion date.
Get the bus. Minggir dulu. Titit tombol. Titit anjing. Untung ada yang nonton 2 orang. Halo guys, bisa gini cok, komen-komen lah. Bisa lihat kan.
John noticed a moderately attractive teen waiting at the stop. He tried to start a conversation and didn't get the reaction he'd hoped for. It was probably because he was a minimum wage
Aku juga pengen
teen.
nembak dong.
She could probably sense it.
Gimana cara nembak cok? Titiknya naik bus coy. Anjir.
The office hummed with cold fluorescent lighting. The air was cold and stale, lifeless. How long had John worked here? Long enough to deserve better.
Ya, satu setan. Ada titit. Halo titit.
John was late, but he felt daring. He could sneak into the office through the archives, or he could stroll through the front entrance with enough confidence to bluff his boss.
No entry.
John decided to creep in through the archives.
Ya, nggak bisa naik deh. Bisa cok. Kita balik, tititnya menggeliat. Anjing play. Salpok aja. Ya, salah jalan kita nih cok. Nah, nggak bisa lewat. Titit bisa mati kah? Titit. Yang bilang titit dulu ketahuan kalau nggak punya titit anjing.
Despite the obvious flaws, John thought it was a good plan and not a recipe for humiliation.
Wih, titit masuk. Wah, anjir titit terbang dari langit. Anjing tititnya nih.
Everyone else was hard work, grinding away. John might actually get away with this.
Titit, kasih kau lewat titit. Titit, minggir titit. Tidak, tititku tersangkut. Titit.
The boss. He honed in on John, deluging him with spit and buzzwords. The boss ran out of synonyms for John's failings and gave him an ultimatum.
Bosnya sange.
Barbara would definitely not be interested in dating John if he was unemployed. He had to get to the quality assurance department.
Titit.
There might be a faulty dildo just waiting to cost the company millions in
Apa
lawsuits.
itu cu?
John would have to test them all.
Apaan nih? Getar-getar. What?
Every atom of John's rectum began to vibrate with the frequencies of pure pleasure. His orifice was a paradise. This vibrator would end all wars. It was good.
Ya, malah berdiri.
That one was good too. The Prostate Pounder X900 series, the most advanced vibrator on the market. Sweet mother of no, John, that's too much pleasure for one anus to handle.
Apaan nih cembang? Anjing. Game rusak nih anjing. Terbangnya cek. Anjing. Halo, mari kita ganti pos. Boolnya berasap cuy.
John's butt hurt, but his heart was proud. If that vibe had gotten out into the world, it could have injured a customer as badly as it had ravaged his anus.
Esul.
The boss arrived and congratulated John on taking one for the team and jumping on the hand grenade, or in this case, putting it up his butt. John was having trouble following the conversation because he was quite high on suppository painkillers. And then the boss said it. Promotion. Finally, the company was recognizing John's hard work
Kenapa, bos?
and ignoring
Jangan
his
goyang-goyang
minor
gitu,
faults
bos.
like lack of talent, constant lateness, and flatulence.
Tengok.
John's new office smelt like polished wood and success. John's success. Sam dropped by. He'd heard John had been hurt. John said he was fine. He wasn't a softie to complain about a mildly ruptured rectum.
Ada juga nama orang yang
Besides,
nonton tadi.
he had a promotion to celebrate.
Tunggu, kita ganti.
John had met Sam in college during a sports ball game. He'd given him some stiff competition.
Ah. Ini gawangku nih.
Even when he won, Sam never acted like he was better than John. They'd started at Flesh Corp product testing together. Nothing builds a friendship like a long day of dildo mounting. Yes, John had known Sam for a while. But John couldn't hang out with Sam. He had a reunion to prepare for. He was going out with Barbara tonight. He just had to ask her.
Apa disuruh? Go to Fin Barbara. You Barbara? No? Okay.
Everyone was quiet, listening to the presentation. A good moment for John to ask Barbara out.
Bawaannya John lagi sakit ya. Aks.
That's
Barbara.
not Barbara, John.
Nah, terus Barbara yang mana, John? Yang pink kah?
Warmer. Nope. Barbara agreed. Well, she nodded.
Game apa nih bangke?
Things were really going John's way.
Game apaan nih?
John tried to act as suave as possible and listen to Barbara talk business. He didn't want to blow his chances at long-term love and short-term sex.
Pelayannya kayak gini.
Barbara began to talk about monthly feedback figures, and John started to zone out, imagining him and Barbara at the reunion, a power couple. She would make his classmates sick with envy, if he could get her to tone down the boring chatter. John's balls were gripped by certainty. Barbara was the perfect date for the reunion.
Obvious skill.
John thought he would impress Barbara by going behind the bar and showing the bartender a thing or two.
Apa? Nggak ngerti gitu.
Despite Barbara's protests that it was unnecessary, John knew that a true gentleman should follow her home. He was excited. There was still 3 months until the reunion, and he'd already landed his perfect date. All he had to do was seal the deal. Barbara thanked John for the evening and politely did not invite him inside for coffee or sex, even though John had dropped some pretty obvious hints he'd be into both. Just the sex. The door slammed on John's hopes. He didn't understand. He'd laughed at all Barbara's pie chart jokes. He'd listened to her boring stories. The blank eyes of the lawn flamingos were witnesses to John's shame. John began the lonely walk home, thoughts tumbling like shoes in a dryer. He had done everything wrong. Barbara had led him on just to humiliate him.
Tidak apa-apa, aku pergi. Nggak bisa anjing. Udahlah, hidup aja.
John felt empty. How could he get love?
Emang ceritanya kayak gitu, cuy.
He felt like he was missing something, some key to attracting sex.
Kelanjutnya bener,
But John
titiknya nggak
shooting
bener.
blanks. What did Peens want? Then it hit John out of nowhere.
Tunggu.
Stuff. He had the success. He just needed to show it off. But where was John going to get all the stuff he wanted? John needed a sign.
Titiknya anjing sekali.
A new day, a new John. He waited outside his local buttload store for it to open, eager to spend his promotion
Anjing,
bonus on
ATM-nya.
stuff.
ATM-nya
best way
kayak
to
gitu,
impress women.
anjing. Habis itu ngambil. Ambil uangnya, anjing.
There's
Mantap.
nothing like a rectum full of
Muncak,
money
muncak.
to make a peen feel like a man.
Wih, belok masuk kita ke hancurkan lah. Mak, nyangkut mak, tunggu mak. John,
Suddenly it occurred
Bijinya
to John
kejepit.
that he was going to make a lot of choices. And every one of those choices would tell the world who he was. Delicious. Also delicious. How could John decide?
Tunggu, John mau makan nih. Bawalnya mau makan.
Just so Moorish. Maybe one more.
Maybe one more? Okay.
That's enough, John thought.
Johnnya makin gede, Cuk.
John swallowed the last of the snacks
Johnny makin
and
gede.
his self-respect.
Kecil gede.
What would a date think when they sat in John's home? Comfort or style? Nothing says style like an overpriced and uncomfortable chair. John weighed up all the differences, but this was a tough choice. John chose the extremely, obviously bad TV.
Jamnya yang inilah.
John realized that it was only 2 months and 29 days until the reunion. Time flies. Cactus or rose? Was John a rugged hero or a romantic poet? If John grew his own flowers, then he'd
John
save on
kemana?
romantic
Ini dia.
gestures in the long run.
John. Udahlah John, mati
There
aja lah.
was nothing John could take with him to the grave.
John suka yang ini, udah gede, murah lagi.
Except
Cerot.
his coffin.
Dia cerot keluar
John
ruangannya.
liked to get his pizza delivered. That way he could see Delilah, the delivery peen. She always made him smile.
Wih,
Delilah thought pineapple on
Cerot.
pizza was gross. This
Bisa
way
dimakan
she
nggak,
would never know John's shameful tastes. What bedding would
John
Delilah
suka
prefer?
yang
John
ini,
couldn't help
yang
wondering.
murah aja lah.
Pizza sheets would show her that John could also deliver. In bed. Devoid of any sense of style, buying new clothes would be John's toughest challenge.
Apa nih, Cuk? John beli
Silky
baju.
fabric made John feel like a celebrity.
No. Tunggu, John mau.
John felt sharp and also like a phony.
Salah, Cuk.
John decided to go with the outfit.
John.
Music, the food of love. Should John go retro sophisticated or just retro? John's personal
Masa dia
nostalgia
pakai CD
was more
sama-
important than sound quality.
Tidak.
Every can was made of metal, pulled from the bones of the earth, wrestled to the surface and smelted in roaring furnaces. All so John could buy peas preserved in salty water and stick them up his butt. John's new purchases were on the way to his apartment. All he had to do was invite a date over. One look at all his stuff and then overwhelmed with sexual desire. John felt proud and also hungry. It gave him an idea. He should invite Delilah over for dinner.
Dung.
John was excited. Delilah was on her way. He just needed to set the mood to romance.
Play musik. Tunggu. Kita pakai musiknya John aja, oke? Harvest Moon stop. Ya, kok main menu? Kita hidupin musiknya aja. Wih. Main Johnny. Kenapa kamu kayak gitu?
was excited. Delilah was on her way. He just needed to set the mood to romance.
Hidupin musik. John suka lagu yang kuning. Masuk. Dorong. Wih, lagunya romantis sekali.
Classy.
Setter terus. Terusnya mana?
John hoped she didn't have allergies.
John kenas. Canless. Canless itu apa, Cuk? Oh, ini. Canless apa ya? Canless apa, Cuk? Canless apa? John, bantuku John. Apaan nih? Udah lah, males. Tidur aja lah, Ning. Oh, lilin. Cara nyalahinnya gimana? Masa ke TV sih? Anjing, masukin ke bool lu. Oke. Muntahin lah. Nanti pada
That must be Delilah at the door.
get the door.
The door opened and there was Delilah.
Yeah.
John gulped down his nerves and invited her in. John could tell that Delilah was impressed by his stuff. It was time to crank up the mood to seduction.
Salah, Cuk. Cuk.
John wanted to offer Delilah wine, but he'd already popped his cork.
Oh, tadi udah aku pop.
Delilah started looking as nervous as John felt. He assumed it was because she was shy too.
Lela mau
They
bool.
really were compatible. Of course, at the reunion, he couldn't mention Delilah was a delivery peen. That would be embarrassing.
Jangan Lela, Lela, jangan keluar Lela, tidak Lela.
John
Jangan
hadn't
keluar,
even paid.
Dah lah, anjing. Saya stuck.
And just like that,
Gak ada game lain, Cok. Gak ada, Cok. Bingung ku cari game, Cok. Game titit aja lah. Anjing. Udah lah, itu ya game titit nih ngakak, Cok.
John was excited. Delilah was on her way. He just needed to
Kan
set
sesi
the
jam malam, Cok. Jadi kita bebas main game titit lah. Gak ada bocil-bocil ngentet. John mau ngidupin musik dulu. Jangan jelek nih. Nih dah. Tadi itu udah. Ini sekarang. John lagi mau begini ritme. Lalu ambil dulu, taruh di bawah, lepas. Nah, satu.
John hoped she didn't have allergies. That must be Delilah at the door.
Oke Layla, tunggu Layla.
The door
Masuk, Layla.
opened and there was Delilah. John gulped down his nerves and invited her in. John could tell that Delilah was impressed by his stuff. It was time to crank up the mood to seduction.
Susah lu ngirain sih tititnya nih.
John wanted to offer Delilah wine, but he'd already popped his cork. Delilah started looking as nervous as John felt. He assumed it was because she was shy too. They really were compatible. Of course, at the
Bella,
reunion,
boleh keluar,
he
oke?
couldn't mention Delilah
Jangan
was
bunga lagi.
delivery peen. That would be embarrassing.
Ya,
Delilah suddenly headed for the door. And just like that, John was alone again. Delilah hadn't even looked at his stuff. Not even the pizza
dah
bedspread.
lah, aku tidak mau sendiri.
A rejection
Tidak,
burned.
Layla
John
meninggalkan
felt
aku.
instant.
Tidak,
He had everything he wanted. The job, the money, the stuff. So much.
tidak,
He
tidak,
wanted to destroy everything.
tidak.
Shove it into the
Oh,
abyss.
tawarin dulu
His stuff
anjing.
didn't matter. He was a shaft in the machine. A
Destroy
lonely
all.
piston pumping away like all the others in
Ya,
its rigid
tidak
place.
anjing.
Nothing
John lagi
special
frustasi
about
nih
him.
anjing.
Why should Delilah
Pinggir
or
lu,
Barbara
anjing.
or any other peen be interested in dating him?
Meledak
He
lu
was just like
semuanya.
everyone else and they could tell. John wanted to be special, but he had to face the numb truth. He wasn't. And all the money and stuff he'd ever accumulate wouldn't change that. He thought it would make him unique,
Tidak,
but
minggir
it just made him more like
minggir.
everyone else.
Lewat.
Sayonara, Stu.
Dah. Kita ulang kalau gitu. Sesi Johnnya. Wih, Arya pasti udah dapat main dia ya. Pasti udah dapat main. Udah aja game-game titit gini udah main dia.
John was excited. Delilah was on her way. He just needed to set the mood to romance.
Nggak mau yang ini. Tidak mau. Dah. Nah, yang ini coba. Jangan bawa ke kamar John. Masuk. Oke, tutup. Ambil bunga lah lu.
John hoped she didn't have allergies.
Lah, John bawa. Muntahkan John.
That must be Delilah at the door. The door opened and there was
Langsung
Delilah.
merosot gitu ya.
John gulped down his nerves and invited her in. John could tell that Delilah was impressed by his stuff. It was
Gimana
time
cara
to
nawarin?
crank up the mood to seduction.
Lela, kamu mau ini? Lela, apakah kamu you need the wine? Unit. Lela, gimana cara nawarin nih cuy? Dia pingsan Lela. Lela, kamu pingsan Lela. Coba gelasnya ambil. Itu dah nawarinnya gimana cok? Aku nggak tahu. Lela mau, Ini langsung kebuka dia kalau nyentuh.
John wanted to offer
Kan?
Delilah wine, but he'd already popped his cork. Delilah started looking as nervous as John felt.
Emang
He
misinya
assumed
tuh
it was
destroy
because she was
semua
shy
minggir
too.
kamu.
They really were compatible.
Tidak,
Of course, at the reunion, he couldn't mention Delilah was a delivery peen. That
tidak.
would be embarrassing.
Nggak,
Delilah
baru
suddenly headed for the door.
disentuh aja
And
dah
just
pilot
like that, John was alone again. Delilah
Orang
hadn't
emang
even looked at
misinya
his
kayaknya.
stuff.
Orang
Not
misinya
even
paling
the
kayak
pizza
tadi itu kan
bedspread.
waktu yang
The
di
rejection
sama cewek
burned.
itu.
John felt insignificant. He had everything he wanted. The job, the money, the stuff. So much stuff.
Disuruh destroy
He
Al.
wanted to destroy.
Minggir anjir.
Shove it into the abyss.
Your dead technology tapes. Take that, TV.
His stuff didn't matter. He was a shaft in the machine. A lonely piston pumping away like all the others in his
Apa
rigid
tuh?
place. Nothing special about him. Why should Delilah or Barbara or any other peen be interested in dating him? He was just
Apa
like
tuh?
everyone else.
Sodo
that they could
material.
tell. John wanted to be special, but he had to face the numb truth. He wasn't. And all the money and stuff he'd ever accumulate wouldn't change that.
John never liked plants anyway. Begone, boxes.
He thought it would make him unique,
Fuck off, inanimate objects.
Apa nih cowok?
but it just made him more like everyone else.
Tunggulah.
He should leave it all. Get out of this little town and go on an adventure. See the world. He was a boring corporate drone, but he didn't have to be. He could be a traveler, exploring jungles and climbing mountains. He could visit the wonders of the world and get his picture taken.
Apa tuh
Like Peony
bacanya?
Island, the
Sodo
unspoiled paradise he'd seen on TV. That
taruh
was it.
pada dunia
John
material.
had to travel.
Oh, dah. Orang gitu jalannya
Bags
emang.
packed, John was ready to put 5,000 miles between him and his problems. He was leaving it all behind.
John mau pergi dulu. Bye. Tasnya taruh sini lah. Bapak nitip saya, Bapak John mau nitip tas. Lewat John.
John was so close, he could almost smell the freedom of the skies.
Titit.
Security sent John back through the detector. John had forgotten he had his nail clippers with him. He'd have to buy another
Ya,
pair
John
soon,
nyangkut.
or he'd look ridiculous.
John tersangkut, kakak. Game apa nih bang? Game Johnny cok. Game Johnny bang. Ini namanya titit anjing. Itu titit anjing.
When the acceleration of
Oke.
takeoff had slackened,
Buat
John
mie dulu
felt
sambil
a
nanti
sweet relief.
kan makan mie sambil
He had
lihat
left his
titit
worries
yang
on the
lagi
runway.
ceret-ceret.
He was up in the
Anjing.
clouds, on his way to adventure.
Bangsat kan itu. Titit. Titit terbang dari langit.
John's adventure had begun at last, and clearly it was a small world after all, and also a flat one.
John
That
mau
was going to
makan.
piss off the globeheads.
Apa nih namanya? Satu. Anjing. Game Johnny. Udah cerat. Bangke. Kita harus ke 13 negara sambil lalu masukin titik ke situ kan, jatuhin anjing. Sorry, tetit banget. Anjir. Habis itu kita masukin menara pizza. Kita ceretin dulu. Kita menyeberangi lautan. Hollywood. John masuk Hollywood. Tunggu John. Call me King Dong. Oke. John menyelam titit. Mother sick fuck. Mother.
John was having fun, but something told him he needed to go home. Probably his empty bank account.
Like 3. John. Nasibnya sama kayak aku. Hapus foto.
John was on his way back home. He was out of money, but money can't buy
Lah,
love.
John.
What it can buy are the experiences that had made John a more
Ada yang
interesting and
muntah.
developed person. With 100 Buckstagram photos
Kasih
to prove it.
cinematic gue kan.
Finally, everything was going. John felt good to be back on the familiar ground of home, but he would feel better to be on the familiar mattress of home.
Cip.
That's not John's bag.
Terus yang mana aja?
Not that one either. Nope.
Jangan lewat-lewat John. John mau pulang. Misi bang. John mau pulang bang.
Despite John's swell of fresh optimism, traveling was exhausting, and he just really wanted to get home and get some sleep.
John mau ditabrak. Masuk lu. Tit culik aku dong. Go left, go right, go up. Mana meloker? Jangan. Oh, ada petunjuknya anjing. Apaan nih?
Another nightmare. John's stress about getting a date for the reunion was making him think
John
of
lagi mimpi
her.
buruk dia.
Harmony. He hadn't seen her in years.
Yo,
Would she be at the reunion?
Yo.
John shook off the thought. He wasn't a child. He was a fully
Locker
grown
plastik.
penis.
Angke kan emang tulisannya. Ya.
John, why is the bathroom barricaded?
Disuruh kemana John nih? Pergi kah?
John's butt started to buzz. Had he left a vibrator up there? Whatever it was, he should get it out. John's old phone. They really were indestructible. It was Sam calling. He wanted to check in on John. The travel looked fun, but it was so sudden. Was John okay? Sam was such a softie,
Kenapa sih harus ada
always worrying about feelings.
yang kayak gini
John
ginian?
had only one feeling, and it was the feeling of being awesome. He could drop Sam a text, but John was on a mission. The reunion was getting closer, and he had to get a date. Fortunately, John
Kemana nih, John?
knew exactly where to find love.
Sekarang John akan mencari wanita baru.
John held his breath. He was about to meet his match. He had to
John mau
reassure
nikah deh
himself he
sekarang.
could do this. He had a good job. He had nice stuff. He had traveled. He was ready to find love. On Weena, where all his sexy travel photos would give him the pick of the pack. Too skinny. Too
Swap.
short. Too much foreskin. Not enough foreskin.
Ini boleh lah.
Hot.
Ini muda boleh lah. Tunggu John.
Sexy.
Boleh.
Very nice.
No.
Glasses.
No. Jangan dilek. Susah li ngenalin John nih. John mana John? Sini John. No.
Bangs.
24. Oke, masih lumayan.
Nice shaft.
Susan. No. No. John, kamu di sini, oke? Swap.
Yep, the pick of the pack.
Swap, jangan. Get away, Matt. Many hours later.
Yes! John had the pick of the pack.
Finally, Amanda 22 tahun. John umurnya? Ceritanya
John
John
valued
butuh cinta.
honesty in a date, but he had
Ah,
been expecting a different kind of dirty. A sexy and much more hygienic kind.
No. Kamu bau tidak? Ice Queen.
John thought that getting circumcised once was enough.
Maaf Cuk. Siapa tadi? Warna apa ya tadi? Mana Cuk?
Oh, better
Oh.
put that on ice.
Tidak, John
Are you
putus.
okay, John?
Tidak.
Chick sticks cars. I hope.
Tidak. John putus. Anjing titiknya kena sunat.
After the reattachment surgery, the doctors had told John to rest. So he did, for 6 hours.
Tepuk tangannya
John
kayak
was in stitches.
bikin ngantuk Cuk. Dah lah tidur. Ya Ci, gua ngantuk juga main John nih. Awal-awal aja ya kocak. Udah berapa jam nih main John? 1 jam sih main John, gak berasa. Oke cuk, thank you yang udah like. Game titik anjing. Kita lanjutkan kapan-kapan lah, nyari game baru lagi. Aku ada referensi game buat besok malam, jangan lupa nonton. Oke. Besok malam ada game apa ya? Enggak enak-enak, enggak berani lah. Kita buat aku dapat game besok, jangan kan kepo kan? Mau apa sih? Besok kita lanjut cuy, main game sesi jam malam. Oh jangan cok, bocil-bocil termasuk. Aku ada game baru tadi. Besok ada game baru lagi. Game menyembunyikan bekas-bekas colai. Oke, thank you. Jangan lupa nonton besok. Sip. Mungkin besok jam 10. Cobalah jam 10 kita live game colai, menyembunyikan barang-barang colai.